We all know creating a strong visual brand is essential, right? But what's even more crucial is keeping that brand consistent across everything we produce. Brand consistency is how people recognize and remember your brand or your business. In this video, we are diving deep into the Canva Brand Kit. I'll show you what they are, how to set them up, and how to turn them into your secret weapon for always designing on brand. Let's go. Hey, what's up everyone? Ronnie here, your go-to Canva guru. This channel is all about Canva and what you can do with it. So if you are new here, well, welcome. Make sure to subscribe if you want a ton of Canva tutorials. All right, today we talk about Canva Brand Kits. All right, let's start with what are Canva Brand Kits and who can actually use them. Okay, so I'm going to answer the second question first because often I start a tutorial and then people realize, oh, this feature is for pro only. So I prefer to be straightforward this time and let you know that there are two different versions of the Canva Brand Kits. There is the full extended version that you can do everything, basically, that brand kits have been thought for. That is for Canva Pro and Canva for Teams users, so Canva paid users only. And then you have brand kits for free users. So I'm here in my other Canva account, my Canva free account. If I go to my brands tab right here, you will see the simplified version of brand kit. Okay, so here it is. I can only have one brand kit as a Canva free user. And that brand kit is kind of locked. It's limited in its functionality. You see, I cannot add logos. For example, if I want to add one, I will be prompted to upgrade to Canva Pro. The only thing you can do really with a free brand kit is to set 3 brand colors. You see, I can choose 3 different colors here, but if you wish to add a 4th color, again, you will be prompted to upgrade to Canva Pro. So not super convenient. I mean, having 3 customized colors is nice, but I mean, no fonts, no images, no logos, that's a bit harsh. So again, if you are a free user and you're watching this tutorial, there is some value for you in it. First, because you will get a better understanding of everything you would get if you decide to upgrade. But also, I have a hack at the end of the video that will show you how to create pretty much a complete brand kit that you will be able to use in Canva without needing to upgrade. So stick around for that. All right, so now I can answer the second part of the question, which is actually what are the brand kits? Brand kits are a central hub where Canva will allow you to collect, to gather all of your brand's assets. Well, think of it this way. Your Canva brand kit holds everything your brand needs to look good, to look fresh, to basically be that brand. So that is my best definition of the brand kit, a central hub where all your design assets can live all in the same place. But enough talking about the brand kits. Let me show you what it looks like right here in my Canva for Teams account. Okay, so this is my Team Rondi account. We are a team of 10 people using this account. But this would look similar for a Canva Pro account, even if you are the only user of the Pro account, but any paid Canva account. So in order to find the brand kit, you need to head over your brand icon right here from the homepage and make sure you are on the first tab that says brand kits. It says kits in plural because Canva allows you to add multiple brand kits in your paid account. So here I have 8 different brand kits. And my strategy when it comes to creating more brand kits is that every design project or every project that I start, I tend to create a new brand kit. So you will see, for example, brand kits for some of my courses, the DAL-E course, the ChatGPT course, the Canva for social media course. Every time I start a new course, I would start a brand kit. So inside such brand kits, you will find the brand colors for example, the slides. You will find the thumbnail of the course. You will find the font and the font hierarchy, some photos that my team can use when they edit the video, some elements, some assets, icons, etc., etc. etc. So I like to create new brand kits for every single course. Then we have our team's brand kit, like the more serious stuff where our brand, Team Rondi, actually lives. So the main one being this one, Team Rondi slide, okay? So from here, let me quickly show you what you can actually include in a Canva brand kit. The first thing is logos. In order to add your logo, simply click on the Add New button right here, and you can upload your new logos. What I like about this is that Canva also allows you to create guidelines for your team. So these guidelines will help your team make the right decision. For example, you have two versions of your logo. Let's say you have this one right here, which is kind of like a squared or rounded logo. This one, which is more like a bar logo. So you could leave some guidelines on when to use the square logo and when to use the bar logo, for example. So these guidelines could be included here. You have 500 characters to do so. If you save them, people will see these guidelines directly into the object panel when they are on the design area in the editor of Canva. I'll show that to you in a minute. So the first thing you can add to your brand kit is all of your brand's logos, okay? When you scroll down, you will see a different section about your colors. So colors are very important for branding, obviously. So by default, you will have only one row, one color palette here, but you can add more color palettes. I don't know exactly how many, but I've never ran out of color palette. And each palette can have a multitude, like an infinite choice of colors. Typically, a color palette would be comprised of 3 to 5, sometimes 6 colors. And I like to decline my color palettes as my primary colors, neutrals, and then you can create all of your secondary, tertiary, etc., etc. Like here, we decided to go for shades. So shades of blue, shades of pink, shades of red, orange, green, etc. So we take our main colors and we decline them so we have more and more and more options when we use colors. So it's really up to you. The thing you need to remember is that you can create a multitude of palettes that all have infinite number of colors. All right, then if you scroll down, you have your fonts. Again, you can add different fonts for your titles, subtitles, heading, subheading, section header, and you can delete some of these sections if you don't think you will be using them. So in order to set them up, simply select or click on the title hierarchy, and change your font. You can decide to go bold, italic, you can decide on the size, and obviously the font name as well. I'm not gonna mess with this because this is our team's brand kit. If you continue to scroll down, you'll find a brand voice section. And I'm going to show you how that works in a second when I'm using a real case, like when I'm creating a new brand kit based on a specific brand. So a few minutes of patience for that. Next, you have your photos, very similar to your logos. You can add photos here. So here, I just decided to add all of my courses thumbnails. Next, you have your graphics. So here we have decided to add some backgrounds, some elements that we use for our brand. So the little patterns, elements, lines, and stuff. And then you have a last section, which is your icons. When you click on the Add New button, Canva now lets you add a link folder. So you can actually link all of these assets, or you can link your brand kit to a specific folder you have in Canva that may contain more of these elements. And then your team that can access that brand kit will have access to that folder as well. So in my case right here, in all of my Canva projects, I have a folder called Elements that contains all sorts of elements. So I could link that to my brand kit. I just need to change the sharing access of that folder in order to do so. All right, enough talking. Let's get into a real life project and let me show you how I would create a brand kit from scratch. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to my brand kit page right here. And all I'm going to do is to simply click on the Add New button right here. My brand kit is going to be a Skillshare brand kit. Recently became a top teacher on Skillshare. So I am going to be creating more branded content about Skillshare. And for that, I would love to have a Skillshare brand kit in my collection of brand kits. So just the first thing, I'm going to give this brand kit a name. Okay, Skillshare, let's go. Before I start creating my brand kit, I want to show you the brand assets that Skillshare actually shares with its instructors or influencers that create content about the platform. So what you see here is basically Skillshare's brands assets with a section with their logos, okay, different version of the logos, some print version, some digital version, different formats of the logos. Then I have the color palettes, okay, so primary, secondary, even the tertiary color palette. Then I have some info on the fonts, okay, primary fonts. Some are Google fonts, some are Adobe fonts, some are GT fonts. So let's see if I can download all of that. I have some templates and save zone indication and guidelines right here. We have some video end cards, so little animated squiggles and lines and stuff like that. And then we have some videos that are actually screen recording. They show you how to properly record your screen when you are showing Skillshare, the platform, the website. So this is what we have. So what I'm going to do is to grab that information, put that in my new Skillshare brand kit in Canva so that I can use the Skillshare brand whenever I need to and when I design in Canva. So let's go. The first thing is that I'm going to decide which logos I actually want to add to my brand kit. You see, so this one definitely, I'm going to download it. This one as well. Skillshare for Teams. Yeah, why not download this as well? Then we have versions of the logos with the trademark, the TM. Don't necessarily need that. So that's good enough. That's a good start. I can now start adding the logos right here. They should be in my downloads. Yes, they are right here. So secondary, primary logo. Let's start with the primary. Okay, I have a bunch of different versions right here. Yeah, okay, primary logo, green. You know what? I'm gonna add the whole thing and I can always delete them afterwards. So there you go. Oh yeah, I see the different things. So some of them are all white. Some of them are all white in vector, PNG, SVG, that's vector. Okay, so yeah, perfect. These are all of the squared, I guess. So I probably need to add a bit more. So upload more logos. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my downloads here. I have the secondary logos in digital right here. I'm gonna go with these. So many logos that Skillshare provides. So I'm guessing this is too much, but you're better safe than sorry. It's better to have more when you are setting up your brand kit and then trim them down to what you actually really use and really need in your designs. All right, so I'm gonna quickly delete the ones I don't need and keep, I would say, 4 to 6 different logos. All right, I've decided to keep these 10 logos right here, the primary logo being this one. And also what I did, I only kept the SVGs over the PNG format. So SVG is the vector format, which means no matter how much I stretch them, they should not use in quality. So that's why I kept the SVG versions over the PNG. If you have the luxury of having all of these formats, go for SVG. Let me quickly split my screen into 2 here. There you go. So I can work faster. So this is my Canva account. This is the brand kit or the brand assets provided by Skillshare. I've done all of the logos. Let's move on to the color sections right here. Okay, so similarly, I'm going to scroll down right here on the left side, my Canva brand kit. So let's create the primary colors first. Primary colors. So you can rename your sections, your color palette, which I love. Okay, so let's go for the first color. And you see, you can either type in the hex code or even the CMYK code. So if I click on this color right here, I should have these codes. You see, I have the codes, I can copy it, just simply come back here and paste that color. Okay, so I have the exact same color as in the Skillshare guidelines right here. Let's create the second color. Okay, so this black right here, let me double check this is pure black. Yes, it is pure black. So your pure black right here is very easy. You go to the corner, like any of the lower corners, it should be all zeros, and that is your pure black. Okay, so I can close that and see if they have other colors. I would have thought they had also white. You know what? I'm going to add pure white right here. So pure white is the opposite of black, only Fs. Okay, and there you go. So that's my first color palette. That's my primary color palette. I'm going to add a secondary palette. So secondary palette, add a custom palette. All right, and I'm going to name it secondary colors. So I remain consistent with the primary and then now secondary colors. So secondary colors will have this navy right here. I'm going to copy the hex code and simply paste it here. Okay, that's the first one. Next color will be, let's go for the grays right here. I have 3 grays. Okay, so this one right here, I'm going to copy this code, paste it here. And I'm going to speed up the video because this process is a little bit repetitive. One thing I would like to show you is that each of the colors can actually be renamed. Sometimes colors have names, like here we have green, navy, violet. So the colors actually had a name. So I could probably rename them accordingly. So green, this one is going to be black. The way I rename them, simply double click, or there you can use a little pencil icon right here. This is white. Now this is the navy, and then this is my gray. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so gray 1, this one is gray 2K, and gray 3. There you go. So I have all my grays here. Then the last color palette I should create is the tertiary, which is the bright colors right here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right, I'm done with my color palettes. Now let's move down to the fonts. Okay, so you see the font section right here. I'm gonna go a bit faster because the process is pretty much the same. So I'm gonna select my fonts here and see what I can actually find by default in Canva. My guess is that I will find the 2 Google fonts ones, these 2, DM Sans and Laura, which are the secondary fonts. Okay, and the Adobe font and the GT fonts, I won't be able to download that because they are probably paid fonts. So yeah, I'm going to focus on these 2 right here. But I want to show you that with a paid Canva account, you can add custom fonts. You see, you can manage your uploaded fonts. You can click on that button right here and choose a font on your computer and upload it if it's not yet in Canva. Okay, so that's how you upload a custom font in Canva, but you need a paid account for that. So I'm going to focus on these 2 other fonts, DM Sans and Laura. Okay, let's see for my title, for example, if Canva has these fonts. So DM Sans, yeah, DM Sans is here. So I'm going to go for the bold, and yeah, I'm going to bump up the size of this to maybe 72, bolded DM Sans. Okay, great. I'm going to validate that. And now you see my title hierarchy is going to be by default DM Sans bolded in size 72. And now for the body, I'm going to use this other font, Laura, right here. Let's see if they have it. Pretty sure they do because I've used that before. So Laura, there you go. Laura regular in size 30. I think, or 32 is good. Body, perfect. Okay, the other ones, I don't feel like I need them so much right now, so cannot delete them, but I don't think they will show if I don't set them up. So I'm gonna stick with this. All right, what else do I have? I have some video templates and some brand videos. Unfortunately, Canva doesn't allow us to upload video assets so far, only photos, graphics, and icons. But there is another button right here that says brand voice. And I think this part is pretty interesting. I can now collapse this window right here. I don't need this anymore. But I want to show you what brand voice is all about. From here, we can give Canva specific guidelines to describe our brand voice using Canva's Magic Write. Before I set up that brand voice, let me show you what Magic Write is and what it does. So you see this little magic button right here, the quick action button. The first button you should see, it's a pro feature as well, is Magic Write. So if I click here, I can prompt, for example, write a hook for a video tutorial about Canva Brand Kits. Okay, I'm going to generate that. Canva should generate a little hook. Discover how to elevate your brand's visual identity effortlessly with Canva Brand Kits. In this tutorial, we'll unlock the secrets to creating cohesive and professional looking design that resonate with your audience, etc., etc., etc. Okay, now let me show you something you can do to force Magic Write to write more like your brand, your brand's voice. So coming back to my Skillshare brand kit right here, if I scroll the way down to brand voice, I can add a description of my brand voice right here. Okay, I have 500 characters to do so. So what I suggest you do in order to define your brand's voice, or in my case, I'm using Skillshare's brand. Okay, so how can I know Skillshare's brand voice? Well, I decided to go check out their blog. Okay, so skillshare.com/blog. I am in the news section and I'm just going to find an article written by Skillshare. You see, Skillshare as the author. I'm gonna click on this one, introducing the live sessions on Skillshare, and I'm gonna copy everything on this page. So I'm going to Control-C everything here. And then I'm going to head over to ChatGPT, the good old ChatGPT. I'm going to paste that thing right here. It's a big chunk of text. Okay, so I could probably delete a long series of things that will not be useful for me. I'm going to start the first sentence here, add a few spaces by holding my Shift key so I don't launch the prompt, because I do have a prompt for you to use right here. So I'm going to copy that prompt and paste it here, and the prompt goes like this. Analyze the tone of voice of this brand and define it into details using precise adjectives of what it is and what it is not. Ask me additional questions if you feel like you need more insights into the brand voice after analyzing this piece of text. So I want to make sure ChatGPT will ask me more questions if it doesn't have enough information. The description of the brand voice should not be longer than 500 characters. Remember, that's Canva's limit in the brand kit. And then obviously you paste the rest of your text. So I can write here sample text, column, and that's it. I have enough with this. This section is tailored for, okay, so I'm gonna delete all of this right here, which I don't think is useful. I'm gonna run this prompt and see what ChatGPT can come up with in terms of description of that tone of voice. Let's see. The tone of voice for this brand can be described as this: engaging and encouraging. It creates excitement and enthusiasm about the creative process and learning opportunities. Inclusive and community-oriented. It emphasizes a sense of belonging and community, inviting participation and interaction among like-minded individuals. Clear and informative. The language is straightforward and easy to understand, providing detailed and practical information. Supportive and inspirational. It motivates and supports creative in their journey, offering inspiration and practical steps to achieve their goals. But it's not overly formal or technical. It's not distant or detached. It's not vague or ambiguous. Okay, that's great. So I'm gonna go copy this. Hopefully it's not more than 500 characters. It is. So I'm gonna start by deleting all of the spaces here. All right, so I cannot fit the whole thing here with my 500 characters. So what I could do, simply come back to ChatGPT and ask it to make sure your description of the brand voice is no longer than 500 characters. Okay, so it should understand that and rewrite the whole thing in less characters. Okay, so got it here. There you go. Okay, so I'm gonna use this one right here, paste that instead of this one, and now it should work. The brand voice is engaging and encouraging, creating excitement about creative learning. It's inclusive and community-oriented, fostering a sense of belonging and interaction. The tone is clear and informative, offering practical, detailed guidance. It's supportive and inspirational, motivating creatives to achieve their goals. It's not overly formal, technical, distant, or vague. Perfect. I love how ChatGPT can always shorten or lengthen any pieces of text. Now, I've saved that. So now this is saved as my brand voice, okay? So what I can do is to go back to my Magic Write, asking it to write a hook for my video and see if it can come up with something any better. All right, so for that, coming back to Magic Write right here, I'm gonna make this full screen and find Magic Write. There you go. So my prompt was write a hook for a video tutorial about Canva Brand Kit and voice. And now I can see if I can add my custom voice. So I'm going to click again on custom voice, like so. And I have the message that this brand kit doesn't have a voice because I'm still here, if I am correct, in my team run this brand kit. So if I click on see all, I should be able to find my Skillshare brand kit, this one. So select that brand kit. And now I should have my custom voice. There you go, custom voice. I'm going to generate this answer. And here is my new hook. Unlock the full potential of your brand with Canva's brand kit. Join us as we guide you through creating a cohesive and stunning brand identity, making every design effortlessly consistent and uniquely yours. Ready to elevate your brand game? Let's get started. Now, this is way less boring than the previous hook that was generated with Canva. So I consider this a success. So that's, in a nutshell, how you use your brand voice. You have to set it up in your brand kit, save that, and now you can use it whenever you are prompting Canva's AI or Canva's magic right. Now, that was pretty cool and kind of fun. All right, now that we have set up our brand kit, I want to show you what it's good for, like how to use your brand kit while you are designing in the Canva editor. The brand kit and having all of your assets in one central place is so useful. It will save you so much time. So let me just give you a few of the use cases of a brand kit. First, let's imagine you have circles. You have a bunch of different circles on your page and you need these circles to be on brand. Well, the first thing is that when you generate a new circle, I'm using the C key, the shortcut C on my keyboard, it will create that circle in my primary color, the first color in my brand kit. Okay, so if I go to my brand, you see this green right here is the primary color. So if you don't have your brand kit set up, this will come as the last color you've used in Canva, I guess. So this is the first thing. If you want to change the color of that circle, just click on your color button and you should see right here your brand kit's name. So that is Skillshare. If I click the drop down arrow, I can choose another one, and I'm good with Skillshare. And now I have all of my different color palettes, my primary, secondary, and tertiary, which I didn't modify yet the name, at my fingertips. They are right here. So if I need a red circle, a blue, and a yellow, I can simply go and fetch these colors. If you don't have a brand kit, you will have to go and select the color picker or the color button right here and change the hex code manually, which could be a time sucker. Like, it just adds extra steps, extra clicks to your creative process. So that's the first thing, colors, very easily to get access to your brand colors. Also, you see all of your colors right here. You could very easily like style a template or layout. So if I go to the designs tab, go and choose a layout. Let's say I use this layout right here with a page like this, like an agenda and 5 points. Then I come back to my brand. I could shuffle, let's say I want to use my primary palette. I could shuffle that, and you see it will basically apply my brand's colors to this specific page. This works with layouts, it works with templates as well. So if you choose a template instead of a layout, let's use this template right here that I used in the previous tutorial. Let's go for this page right here. So you select it, go to your brand tab right here, and now let's say you want to shuffle these colors. Well, very easily you can do that as well. You can make sure this page is going to be using only the colors in your brand kit. So that's what it does for colors. You can do the same for fonts, okay? So for example, this big title right here, I could make that on brand, okay? So if I want to do that, I can just click on that text box and then click on my font button right here. Now I should see right here my brand colors. So if I scroll down a bit, I see my brand kit name right here. You see the brand icon, like the co kind of palette. So that is my brand kit. And you see the first one right here, DM Sans, is my brand font that I chose, that I set in my brand kit. So you will need to adapt the size a little bit if you want this to fit. You can go all caps or not, and you can change everything pretty much. Like if you want to use the second font, the Laura, for example, you can do that as well. And just like that, apply your brand font to everything on your template. So you can also use the copy style button to set your brand font everywhere on your design. So red, yellow, orange. Okay, so there you go. That's how you actually use your brand kit from within the design area. There's so many other things you can do. Okay, from here you can add your brand photos. Let me switch to another brand kit of ours, the main brand kit. So our Team Rondi. Okay, so for the slides, this one, select this brand kit because I want to show you how all of these logos, for example, like if I want to add our, like this logo, for example, to our page, there you go. I can simply click on the logo. It's right here. It's always going to be available for me right here. What else? Like the photos that we have, if I need to add the thumbnail of a specific course, there you go. I have it handy right here. Similarly, for my graphics and my icons, I have everything that I need right here at my fingertips. Okay, so again, having your brand kit set up, it's really a shortcut. Like it saves you so much time and it allows you to always design on brand. If you stick with these colors, if you stick with these fonts and these pre-approved visual, you will always design on brand. And this will strengthen the brand identity because people will be exposed to a consistent brand. Like repeatedly, the messaging will be consistent, make sense so that people can remember it. It will reinforce your brand identity. All right, we are getting closer to the end of this tutorial. If you are a Canva free user, I promised you a hack on how to create a complete brand kit with everything that I showed you that is available for the Pro brand kits or the Teams brand kit. There's a way you can do that without having to upgrade. It's not as convenient as it will not show in such a structured manner in your brand kit in the editor, but you can create a document. And I'm going to show you a shortcut to do that, to gather all of these brand assets and information and attributes into a single document. Okay, I'm talking about, of course, a Canva template. So let me show you how you would do that. Just from the homepage, click on the templates tab right here. And the keyword you're going to search for is brand board. Okay, so brand board. There you go, brand board. You should see a bunch of different brand identity, brand kits, or brand guidelines like so. I don't know exactly how those are called, but in Canva, brand board seems to be the keyword. So obviously, a lot of these templates will be pro templates only. But me, I have curated 3 ones that I believe are like well designed that you could be using right now. So I'm going to present them to you. The first one is this one. You see, it's a free template. You can totally use that as a free user. I'm going to link these 3 templates in the description of this video for you to access them in Canva. So this one, it has a big header for your logo, then another space right here for a variant of your logo, a little bit of brand strategies, your brand colors, your fonts, and some brand imagery. So this is a very cool template. You can obviously update this document with your brand assets, and instead of brand strategies, you could have a little blurb about your brand voice right here. And I think this could very well replace a brand kit if you are a free user. Now let me show you 2 more. There is this one. It has a more like tech dark theme kind of like vibe to it, but it has all of the information, the logos and their variations, the colors, primary and secondary, some gradients. Sometimes brands use gradients, custom gradients. The fonts with a little bit of explanation also. You see these bubble speeches. Let me open this so you can see some guidelines here and some tips on how to use them. So this one also completely free. A few brand graphics or elements have been pasted there. So that's another great option for you guys. And then the third one that I have selected for you is this one right here. More like a feminine vibe. This one, floral, more like abstract shapes, different like more vibrant colors, but still has these tips and extra information that you can add to your brand board to let your team know how to use it. So similar kind of structure. So these 3 templates will be linked in the description for you to use. All right, I am almost done. I believe you can see the value of having a Canva for Teams or Canva Pro account, because it really brings you the whole shebang of the brand kit right there. You can create it in Canva and use it directly in the editor. So because I like you guys, I'm going to leave you a 30-day free trial for Canva Pro. If you want to try it, this is our affiliate link. Yes, I will make a little bit of money if you click on that link and end up purchasing Canva Pro, but you won't regret it. Let me tell you right now, I've been using Canva Pro for years now, and I absolutely love it. The brand kit is just one of the amazing features that Canva Pro offers. So check out the link. It's going to be the first link in this description, our 30-day free trial to try Canva Pro. That's it. Thank you for investing in your Canva education. Thank you for doing it with us. We appreciate that. And I'm going to leave you with this other video right here that I believe, if you like this one, you will be interested in as well.